Hello, welcome back. Borg Dog here, back in the basement, playing some more pinball. Playing some Gottlieb this week. I forgot to adjust the spinner cam. Give me a minute. Need to aim the spinner cam at the spinner. Zoom in a little further because it's a long ways away. All right, we're almost there. Whoa, getting dizzy. I think that'll work. It's like you adjust it and the stupid camera arm moves after you do so. It's really annoying. Stay. All right. There it is. Hello. Welcome. We're going to play some Bad Girls. We'll fire up a game. Hopefully you can hear it. Let me check my mic. Yeah, mic's still on the around mode. Gottlieb has on this one, the speakers are actually above the back glass, way up top. You can't see them, but they're above where it says Bad Girls. So that's where your sound comes from. I don't think, is there one in here too? Yeah, there's one way in the back of the lower cabinet. So it's a 3-speaker system. Not exactly top-notch kind of stuff. Let's see where we can go. Did not get the skill shot. All right, got the ball locked. Hey, Doodad, how you doing today? Happy Hump Day. Oops. I nudged too hard. I guess my tilt bob works. No. There is a tilt bob. Alright, so the skill shot you can see on the display. Hopefully you can read that. Plunger, skill shot, lights lock. So the skill shot is hitting the ball, so it goes, there's a switch right under there. You gotta hit right past that and then have it roll back and not go to the gate. Resistance is not futile, no. Alright. Alright, that didn't go far enough. Oh. Hey, Chicago Bob, how you doing? Are you Minnesota Bob yet, or still in Chicago? Still have not made the skill shot. Spinner. Just played this yesterday at a local venue. Oh, I hate it when you go somewhere and their machines are not well maintained. That is one of my favorite shots in pinball, that upper right loop. Alright, I got extra ball is lit. Yay, extra ball! Hey. I completed the rack. So now it's counting down a re-rack bonus. You can see on the back box up there. And that's if you can hit all the re-rack targets. Before it runs out. Every time you hit one, I don't think I made it. Every time you hit one, it adds more time. Hey, Redhead. Gotta trust the center post. Just trying to get my bonus multiplier. Oh, that was a bad shot. Is there a more late 80s themed pool game? I agree with you, Redhead. Still in the Windy City? All right. Wonder if the people in the back glass keep touch. They're probably in Chicago area. That's where Gottlieb was at the time. Like all the pinball manufacturers. Maybe you've seen him around town, Bob. All right, playing our extra ball. I'm still not having any good. Plunging is not good today. All right, got the very target all the way back. Put another rack. So during this phase, one of the things that's going on is you can see the spinner light is lit. Backspin 20,000, so your spinner's worth 20,000 instead of normal 1,000. Oh, I trusted the post. The post killed me. Can you guys hear the game okay? The music and all that good stuff? Because it's pretty awesome. Let's put that in as our high score. I gotta wait for it to go around again. 4 million something. From the back glass, looks like the ladies of the evening seem to enjoy billiards. They do, and they like looking at themselves while they do it because that's a mirrored pool table. I think I missed the. I got a 4 million something. It didn't get me on the board. 4018930. If I say it out loud, I might remember it better. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's kind of a one-way mirror thing in the playfield. The inserts are another layer low. Game sounds great on your end. Awesome. Glad to hear it. So it's really cool. And then the mirrors on the side of the pool table on there are actually on the cabinet. The cabinet has the mirrored stripes on the side, just like the pool table in the picture. I wonder which came first. I wonder if wherever that bar was had that pool table and they took these pictures and they go, hey, let's make the cabinet look like that. I would think it went that way as opposed to the other way. Although I can't imagine a pool table with a mirror on it, though. That just doesn't seem like it would play very well. But what do I know? All right, Diet Coke's gone. So 4 million first game, not bad. Hey, sign out. How you doing? Yeah, not enough friction. I don't think that would play very well. I wonder if they staged that part just for this picture. I don't know. Maybe the pool table actually had the mirrored stripes on the side, but then they put a mirror on the playfield just for these pictures. That definitely wouldn't play well. Let's have another game. See if we can get our high score is just under 7 million on the score there. I had to take my phone out of my pocket. Let's see if we get this skill shot. That was halfway. So you got to go over the switch, have it release the switch, and then come back down over the switch. It's a really small margin of switch error. I'm trying to get the ball up in that. Mirrors in late 80s to get rolled up cash, yeah. I was not part of that club, but, you know, definitely part of the culture. Have bad girls, they'll have bad boys in leather jackets. Game is for everyone, exactly. So that was too hard. I went through the gate at the top. No skill shot there. And you can start multi-ball anytime. You just have to knock that 8 ball down. You can in theory anyway. And then shoot the ball up that lane that I keep missing. Never understood. Seemed like define the days. Yeah. Maybe it was just a media thing. Kind of like how media drives so much nowadays. There's no ball safe. Has a worse one ever been made? I think this back glass is awesome. I mean, there are definitely back glasses. The Gottlieb had several of that era. Genesis comes to mind as definitely. I'll take this over Genesis. They're both weird. Acquired taste. Yeah, maybe. Did that disappear? What? My chat over here does not match my chat over there. What the hell is going on? Oh, it's back. I'm confused. Chat's being weird. The computer's being weird. Streaming's hard. Who wants to see Phil Collins on a pinball machine? Nobody. Have there been many other photographed back glasses over regular artwork? A lot of newer stuff, but there were a lot at the time. Gottlieb especially did a lot of them. Hollywood Heat, Genesis, Bad Girls. What's the one with the amusement park? Hot Shot? I forget. A lot of more recent ones, too, seem to have been. So maybe not necessarily just one photograph, but a whole collage of photographs on stuff. Hard to say. I guess not real recent. In the 2000s, I guess, had quite a few. I don't know that Bally Williams did many. I mean, if you look at things like Stern Star Trek, that looks like photographs or images from... It's just a kind of a collage instead of a single straight photograph. But I don't know who else did that, but I'm sure there's a lot of them. That was a quick bad game. We'll play another one because we have lots of them. It's free, so So right now, the solids are lit. Then you got to knock down the targets to put out the corresponding light. And I think it randomly chooses, unlike 8-ball that we played last week, where 1 and 3 are solids and 2 and 4 are stripes. This one I think is just random. Sometimes you get solids as player 1, sometimes you get stripes. Still have not gotten a skill shot. And I keep trying to move so the PO at the top and the OL down here are your lane lights, and often you can move those by hitting the flipper buttons. This one does not. The pop bumpers actually rotate those. So you have no chance. All right, lock a ball. Go into multi-ball. I let that one get away. Stay. I don't know if I can alley pass and get that last one. Every time you complete pool, it increases your 8-ball value. Yeah, you can definitely get multi-ball real easy. So theoretically, you should just be always multi-ball. And you can backhand it like that. And you got to watch the launch out of multi-ball because that ball comes flying down. All right, so you can see the 2 spinners are lit for 20,000. That was the worst multi-ball ever. I tried to get rid of the one ball and then hit the spinner. I missed the spinner. Both balls went out the out lane. Bad girls like easy multi-ball. Huh. All right. Oh, I missed. I missed again. It's when you miss that you're in trouble. You can get that lock a lot of times from the upper flipper as well. I got some good spinach on the upper right spinner before it went away. All from 86 to 88. Yeah. Oh no! That's what happens when you fail to do a catch. All right, we're gonna hit this skill shot eventually. Not this time. Basically, it's a one try. Well, no, it's still gonna let me try. Usually I thought once you went off that the shooter lane switch, I thought it took away your skill shot. There was a bonus multiplier. All right, back in. Oh, that was mean. Get up there. So the more racks you get, the bigger your bonus. You can take out 2 re-racks. Send the ball up top. Oh! Boo! Hey, 6-2. Nice rack. Exactly. 3.3 million? It's something. Okay, so 11,800,000 is my high score that I got on here at the moment. So I got a ways to go. I just got over 8 million on the first game today and haven't beaten that since. I got 15 credits for some reason. I don't know why I have 15 credits. I'm pretty sure we're on free play. Who knows how that works? We can play all we want. I like this game. I drove to Wisconsin for this. My friend TurboGrafx 7 who also does some streaming. Used to do a lot of streaming, but he had kids and stuff, and life is busy. But he picked it up from the seller, and I drove out there. And Tommy, thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. I saw you were playing Uncanny X-Men earlier. I had you on briefly. I was out in the shop doing work and put streams up just to have something going on up there. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for coming in. Welcome in, raiders. You've never seen this one in the wild? I don't think they made a ton of them. Come on, do the ball. All right, multi-ball. That was not the shot I wanted. There's the shot I wanted. Spinner. Spinner points. I missed the other spinner. Missed it again. All right, now let's see if we can do a cradle. So we get that top spinner. There it is. Uh-oh. Lost multi-ball. Completed the rack. Jenna's could have been a photo shoot and hot shots. Oh, Monte Carlo. I didn't get very far in my re-racking. Oh, that one was trouble. Hey, Chan, how you doing? You live in the UK, it's a bit of a trek. Yeah. You were in Chicago a few years ago, went to Galapagos. Cool. I have not been there. Chicago Billiards Cafe has one. Nice. If you ever make it out to Washington State and come by my house, I'll let you play mine. It's not going anywhere. I am looking at downsizing the collection some, just to have less to maintain. But this one's not for sale. The helicopter crashed. Back in the multi-ball, we need to hit spinners. 20,000 a spin in multi-ball. Only if you hit them. It's 20,000 a spin while you're in the re-rack thing as well. I don't know what that just gave me. I did get a re-rack bonus thing. Helicopter crashed a few weeks after the photo shoot. No, Astro's in Washington, D.C., on the opposite side of the country, or in that area anyway. Trip to the States, there you go. Rock Encore? Maybe. It's doing a ball search. Ah, come on! No, it's very confusing, Sixto. It's confusing to people in the United States, too. There's Washington, D.C., which is the capital of the country, which a lot of people out east call Washington, and then there's Washington State, which is on the west coast, north of California. It's very confusing. I hate always having to say I'm from Washington State or the state of Washington, because people, if you just say Washington, then they think you're from the District of Columbia. Evidently the more important Washington. Stupid owling. Up my high score just a little bit. 42,640. Had a chance. Had a chance. Could have been somebody. Yeah, Premiere had a thing. I don't know why. Bad Girls, Genesis, Gold Wings, Hollywood Heat, Hot Shots, Monte Carlo, Raven, Rock Encore, and Spring Break. Spring Break was more of a collage, though, right? It wasn't just a single. I know Diamond Lady had photo stuff on the back glass, too. It was like half photo and half art. Had like a real lady dressed as the queen, and then the queen of hearts or diamonds or something. Queen of diamonds, probably Diamond Lady, duh. Need an excuse not to do laundry. I just finished folding my clothes after doing laundry right before I started the stream. I was finishing up my laundry for the day. Flying out to Orlando for 2 weeks. Nice. Going somewhere warm. Adulting like an adult. It's got to be done sometimes, you know. So that right orbit up there, like the first time you shoot it, it's 10,000. Then it lights it for 50, then lights it for 100, then lights it for 200. So the next time I hit it, it says 200. It also says it way up there. The next time after that, you get extra ball. Doing the theme parks with your wife for your 25th wedding anniversary. Look at you being all kids at the theme parks. Well, that was pretty sad. That one hasn't drained yet, so that one's just going to kick out. I didn't complete the rack in time. Oh, come on! That was mean. Increase my bonus multiplier. Oh no! I missed the. I was trying to shoot the most thing you hit from that upper flipper is the 8-ball and the lock shot. So your skill shot is actually, if I can ever do it, is to go over that switch. Then just shoot it right in there. As usual, I'm really good at hitting the post next to what I'm actually shooting at. Shit ball. There we go. Last night, the woman who presented the weather on TV said there was going to be sprinkles today. Imagine my disappointment. It was just a water droplets. Sprinkles are good. Oh! That was rude. Oh yeah, and happy anniversary, Six Toe. 25 years, that's a long time. There's the skill shot. Oh, come on. That skill shot was supposed to knock down the 8-ball. I don't think it got, I think it did it after I got, I don't know, something. Game goes fast. And then it like shows your score for just a second and then it's gone. 1-8. And you can't scroll through those. This is one of those weird games. It's got 2 extra buttons on the front of the machine to actually set your name in. They didn't have, the flipper switches were still old school, like EM and early solid state, where they just directly power the flippers. They don't run through the CPU at all. Hey, Kamikaze. How goes the battle? Happy Wednesday. All right, there's the lock shot. How much time in the theme park will be in arcades? There you go, because they have those. All right, I'm just gonna shoot that up top. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do in the, which is hit the spinners during multi-ball. That was not a spinner. And then now multi-ball's over and I didn't hit any spinners. Time to go for the re-rack, which can be very good points if you can get the re-rack bonus. It's 997,000 at the moment. It counts down with the time. Ah! Multi-ball killed me. I played poorly. I chose poorly. That's 2x bonus multiplier. And your racks are cumulative through the game. That wasn't. Outlanes. There will be some. Pinballs you played there before were in shockingly poor condition. We've seen I play D&D. I saw him play some the other day or the other week. That center spinner. I think they're all octo spinners nowadays, so I guess it depends on how well they're. I don't know that I've optimized these guys yet. That is like, when that shot works, it's just freaking awesome. Of course, I need to hit that during multi-ball. Sling drain. It was ball 3 already. This game goes fast. I'm down to 12 credits. I'm gonna run out of credits. We're gonna play a 2-player game. Maybe it'll last longer. There it is. After the ball drains. And there's no lock stealing on this. Like most Gottliebs of the time, didn't do any lock stealing because it automatically launches the multi-ball when you plunge the next ball. So it never leaves that. All right, hit the 8. That's not the 8. That's not the 8. That's the drain. Ugh. Boo! Boo! Boo, I say. Just checking out stream. Stream looks like it's working all right. Well, that was a little tricky. All right, player 2. Aha! Some games will launch the next player's ball. The spinner is still going. Oh, yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen that. I'm getting killed here. That was definitely not a skill shot. All right, back to multi-ball. See if we can do anything here. I'm just gonna plunge that up to the top. Playing re-rack time. And the A in the middle. You see that bonus, what that is up there? When I look, oh, come on. When I glanced up at it, it's really hard to do, play the game and try to hit those and see what the re-rack bonus is, but I think it was 2 million that I got for completing that before it reset. Something like that. It's a nice bonus if you can get it. All right, so I went up and over that switch, so it gave me 2 of the right orbit. So I get extra ball if I shoot that again. That was my bad. All right, extra ball. Everybody likes extra balls, right? All right, so it doesn't think my 13 is down. But it is. So evidently my 1 drop target is not registering well. See, there it's up. All right, here's that re-rack time. So right now you can see re-rack was like 600,000. Counts down. But as you hit the target, it goes up. So you keep hitting it. So right now it's 7 something and counting. Just messing around trying to get the ball over here so I can hit those other 2. All right, player 2, ball 3. Player 2's got a walk off. They're already ahead. backhand the lock. There we go. Stay. I got one rip out of that. All right, a couple more shots for extra ball. All right, one more. Extra ball is lit. So extra ball is actually fairly easy to get on this game, unless the ball jumps over. Misunderstand girls. Maybe misunderstood girls. How you doing, Pez Johnson? Pez, they're bad. They're bad. Everybody be sure to give Pez a follow. You showed up a good time, Mr. Pez. Guess what it's time for? It's time for Pez's favorite game, What's in the Box. It's kind of a box. It's a fancy cardboard envelope. What's in the box? Exactly. Awesome. Huh. There's a hint. What do you think? What do you think's in the box? I have not opened the box. Hopefully there's good things in the box. Pez in the box. Miga Cami, how you doing? Welcome, Can't wait, look. So there's a FedEx envelope, and inside the FedEx envelope is a box. Hang on just a second, folks. Are you off to
reading buddies?
All right. See you later.
All right.
Have fun with the kiddos.
I will.
Boxception. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Marco does that. They pack things in because these are free. I think that's actually illegal to do this. Everybody, be sure to give Cami a follow as well. Cami does some awesome streaming. Been playing some. What's that game? Pandora? Something like that. C&K, an ad. USPS has a sturdy box. FedEx has better shipping rate. Yeah, but these boxes are only by the post office. They're only for use to ship things for the post office. It's printed somewhere. I think it's actually on the box somewhere. Or maybe it's on the... You're not supposed to use this box. Avatar, that's the one. The Battle for Pandora. See, I was kind of right. All right, so they tape the box shut. There's a packing slip in there. We don't need to see that. So the box had a box. We have a box knife. We can take care of this box. Of course, it's taped shut. All right. Can't put a FedEx label on the UPS, so they can overwrap. Yeah, maybe. I think basically they're stealing the boxes from the post office. At least that's how I see it. You did a quick discussion with Marco one time. I think it's kind of cheap of Marco to go to the post, because they get these boxes for free. Instead of paying for a box, they steal them from the post office. There's Bubbles. They're wearing micro mini skirts and sitting on a mirror. They're not misunderstood. Look at Bubbles. Look at this. We'll do that one. Some little tent lane guides in red and white. That camera has autofocus. The other one doesn't. Do I have to change the category now if I'm considering pop bubbles? Some little envelopes. These are everyone's favorite spinner supplies. These are Brunswick spinners, but they're like $7 to get these spinners. And it's like everybody sells them. Pinball Life sells them. Marco sells them. Brunswick's been out of business since the 70s, probably, in pinball. This is from Aspen. couple spinners, but it's the cheapest way to get spinners and the brackets for them. Unboxing and popping is a pretty specific. Yeah, could be. What else do we got? Additional parts inside. Look at that. And they cut an envelope inside. I wonder what's in here. I honestly have no idea what's in this. What the heck? Oh, that's what it is. It's spinner decals. It's the Stern Electronics spinner decals in the white and the yellow. That one's backwards, so you can't see it, but I forgot I had ordered those. Sticker probably cost more than their own envelope would. Probably. If they pass along savings to the customer, you're all for it? Yeah, Grammy, I know. But still, it just doesn't feel right. I was raised, a good thing. You can hear those sticker spinner noises. But wait, that's not all. There's more. You get the feeling I like spinners? They did, I think all of their machines, they were for the home market. I know my cousins had the Aspen, which was kind of a ski theme one. These are from Alive, which was an Elvis Presley. Yeah, a little chip on it. I mean, it's 40 some years old. So I got 4 spinners. There's more. Mom doesn't want to go to hell for a nickel or a box. Exactly, CNK. That's how I feel about it. This one's taped shut. I'm getting my knife again. Someone brought one to Tazpin last year. You played it, but there aren't any locations on the island. You talking about one of the Brunswick games? I don't know how many they made. We'll peel tape off. A little more ASMR. They really wrap things up. Oh, Street Fighter 2? Okay. I missed some things here. What else do we got? All right, Pez Johnson will recognize these. Guess what machine those are for, Pez Johnson? Says Pez. Tetris, maybe. Ooh, look. Rubber rings. These are Titan silicone clear 1 3/4 ID. I did not have exactly there for jumping jack. I remember when you were working on yours and I went and looked at mine to see how my things were angled. And my covers down there were all cracked and broken and stuff. I need to get some more of those. The new Kong game. Maybe. I'm not getting any new games. What do we got here? We got some sleeves. These are actually the Williams shooter, the ball shooter for the shooter rod liner sleeves. And actually what I got these for is to go in the old Stern Electronics where they got the beehive housings. The fit is really bad on them. So what people have done is they drill it out slightly, very carefully drill it out, and then they put in one of those sleeves in, and then it gives a much better Trojan brand. No. Titan. Titan is the brand. Titan's kind of a Trojan? No, something? There's more. This is a box that just keeps on giving. Look, there's more. Some of these look kind of grungy. Does that show up for you guys too? Doesn't that top one look not quite so clear? Some of the other ones, these are some more Titan 1.5 inch. Clear 1.5 inch. Did I buy 6 of those and only 3 of the other? I don't know what I'm doing. Dirty handling, it'll clean right up? Okay. Thanks, Pez. What else we got in the box? Ooh. Look at those. Those are screw posts that you don't actually put rubbers on. And then here is some screw-in posts that do have the notch in them to put the rubber ring on them. And then here's some. Oh, these are threaded. These have a machine thread on the bottom. And is that an 832 thread on those? Yeah, an 832 thread on the bottom. So you screw those into a T-nut. And here's some that just have wood screws post on the bottom. Whew, you got a lot of stuff. Could be earrings for any of the models in the back class. It's like a clown car. It just keeps going. Wait, there's more. What the heck? Clear 1 3/4. Okay, I got more one. They had to put the 1 3/4 in two packages, I guess. Some more metal things. These are just post screws that wood screw on the bottom and 632 nut screws for the top. This is looking like a miscellaneous. Aha. Look at that. Look at that double switch. And then that switch. Pinball folks probably know what those are for. These are actually for spinners. Ah! Believe it or not. We're getting down. All right, box is empty. Last thing. What do we think's in here? How many parts? There's a lot of parts in the box, evidently. Look at them all. They're all over. Now I'm going to have to play a blind Bad Girls game. We'll play one game blind, just for fun. It's probably obnoxiously loud on your end. All right. There is some red Siamese posts. And there are some clear Siamese posts. So these are a Gottlieb post. There's 2 holes in the top. So you got 2 screws that go in them. And these actually did Gottlieb spinners. Not the spinners on this one. The ones like in Alien Star. So they had a little bracket that screwed to each of these posts. And the spinner went between them. So it didn't have a bracket going up over the top. Got some in red and white. Or clear. Not white. White are unobtainium. You can get clear and red. But you can't get the opaque white again. There it is. That was what's in the box. So some of these things, like I say, like these are for my old Stern Electronics. These are for Jumping Jack. The red and the yellow are both for, there's one of each. I forgot to order, I actually forgot to order the rubbers, and I called them up the next day and added them to the order. They were able to get it in before they shipped it. The spinners are for homebrew projects, and I have a Sea Witch that I'm building that doesn't have a spinner on it. I'll put the stickers from these stickers on these spinners and put it in there. These guys, and these guys, and these guys, and these guys are actually for, hello, that guy. So that, I gotta point the right direction, is my Star Wars homebrew machine that I am building. And I took that picture this morning. That's my current state of the homebrew. So I've been working on those metal rails on there, getting those made. That's one big orbit one, but I'm pointing to the monitor, but you can't see that, and you can't, I don't have a scribble on the screen. Anyway, it's one big metal piece that goes all the way around the orbit. And then the other metal pieces in there. And you can see on the lower left of that picture, just right above where I'm at, there's a saucer, and there's actually a diverter there that I'm waiting for the diverter from. Not a Pinball Machines yet. Not yet. It's getting closer, though. So yeah, a lot of these parts, like these lane guides, I have yellow ones on there. I think I might put red ones on there instead of those yellow ones on the upper part. The clear rubber rings, you can see where I'm missing some on there. That's why I didn't have the 1.5 or 1 3/4. How's the ball get over that metal piece from the plunger? There's actually I don't have a picture of it, and I don't have the piece. It's actually on order. So it's kind of like TNA, where it'll have a little bit of a ramp that'll go half up. So the metal at that point is notched to where it's only like 5/8 inches tall. And then there'll be a short ramp piece that'll get the ball over that. It's on order from Send Cut Send. I may have, it's supposed to be here next Monday. So next Monday stream, I may be able to do an unboxing of that. So that'll be there. And the diverter that goes in the lower left of the picture, but upper left of the playfield, is also coming from there. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to try to get this to the Northwest Pinball and Arcade Show, which is a month from now. June 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, whatever that weekend is. I'm going to have it over there. The cabinet's all done. The back box is all done. Pretty much all the mechs are on there. I say I'm working on ball guides and stuff. I got some metal guides to build at the moment and things like that. So, yeah. And then hopefully I do plan on streaming it. If I get it done before the show, I'll probably stream it from the garage. So I'll have cheap cameras or something. Maybe I'll steal one off the rig so I have a decent playfield one. But so yeah, that's where a lot of this. Did you finish the Death Star with no pyrotechnics? No, we did not do that. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. So that is an updated version of that VPX table that I did. And there's actually two versions of my VPX Star Wars table that I designed. The first one was actually a wedge head style and single player wedge head. And then I added more stuff to it and created that one. And then this one that I'm actually building real has even more stuff added to it. So it's got a pop-up. I don't know if you can see right to the left of the pop bumper with the Rebel symbol on it. There's a picture of Greedo being shot. There's actually a drop target that pops up in the middle of the playfield. So you'll go through the left in lane and it'll pop up that target for like 2 seconds and you basically get one shot to shoot Greedo. And you shoot Greedo so many times and it starts a multi-ball and all that kind of fun stuff. But where rules can always be expanded upon. And all that kind of fun stuff. But, so yeah, I'm having fun. I was out there cutting metal this morning and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely, Borg Dog fired first. So we're going to play a blind dog game. We can still shoot that orbit though. We just lose the ball in the middle of the playfield. I can't see the 8 ball. Whoa! I got center post. Uh-oh, ball's gone. So yeah, should be fun. This is, I built, and I got a button for that one too. There's my knobs. There's a VPX version of knob. That takes you to a blog that I did back in 2017, 2018. But that VPX table is also up on VP Universe for knobs, which is a cribbage themed pinball machine. So this is kind of my second homebrew machine that I've made, but I never did finished knobs with complete artwork and all that kind of stuff. It's hard to tell what's going on when the playfield's all covered up. I don't know why Pez plays like this. Fortunately, games go really fast. It's like, where did the ball go? Let's see if I can get it. Oh, I went to re-rack. Oh, wow, almost got extra ball. Oh, I lost it. Whew. I got a million. Not seeing what was going. We're going to move all this stuff out of the way. So yeah, these spinners are just for future projects. I do need the spinner switch. I do need for the Star Wars table I'm building. I do have a spinner going in there, and I didn't have a switch to go into the table. I got the spinner and I got the rod to run it, but I just didn't have the switch. This is actually a double switch that Gottlieb used for a while. They actually had a weight on the rod went through the playfield and went through here, and there was a weight in between there, and it was a double action switch. It would go both ways. Who's Tommy but in reverse? Exactly. So yeah, some of these things are for immediate use, some are for future use, but you gotta, anything you think you may need when you're making an order. Well, Marco, I got it on, they had a Mother's Day free shipping if you spend $99. So I spent $99. I actually spent about $150 and got free shipping. They run those specials fairly often. The Marco Specialties. I find they had everything I needed. Pinball Life is who I usually order from. Pinball Life usually has better prices, but shipping costs more. Whereas Marco has higher prices, but shipping, they often run the free shipping specials. But usually it's still way cheaper to get stuff from Pinball Life. But they didn't have all of this stuff. So like those Siamese posts, they didn't have the Stern target sticker. There were several of those things that Pinball Life didn't have. And Marco had everything I needed. So I went and ordered from them. It didn't happen to be Mother's Day weekend. They had the code to get free shipping. If you watch their streams, they often put a code in their streams to get free shipping on orders over $99. So it helps. It's pretty easy to get to $99. Scary easy, as a matter of fact. So that was today's What's in the Box, brought to you by Pez Johnson. Sure to follow Pez Johnson for all your Pez needs. And if you ever watch Pez Johnson, his What's in the Box is always Pez. Pez is always the answer. You don't think you've ordered more than one thing? Hey, Meta Knight Man, how you doing? I've seen Meta Knight Man on the Pez Johnson stream. Or empty? Singular or yeah, or empty, yeah. No. Pez Johnson will readily admit that he has a Pez problem. And so he likes the limited edition things that they put out, and usually they put them out on the Pez site. You have to order them from the Pez site, and there's a limit of 3. So he always buys 3. And I think even when there's not a limit of 3, he buys 3. And I think at least one of them gets a collector item, gets put in a box, still in its package and all that. And then he opens one of them and actually uses it or displays it. I don't know what the third one's for. Something. Pez Johnson almost always has a What's in the Box going. just orders as many as he's allowed. Strictly enforced, exactly. Yeah, that could be. That's where the addiction issue comes in. I have issues with buying miscellaneous pinball things that I may someday need if I get around to doing a project. That was rude. Alright, I got one more drop target to hit. Come on, boo. And you can use promo code Pez Johnson for a free haircut. I always use code Pez Johnson. Unless I'm ordering from Titan Pinball, then I have to use code Buffalo. It's your favorite Pez phrase. We should start a collection of Pezisms. Oh, come on! A Pez wiki. We should put that on the Pez wiki. Or make a Pez Johnson wiki. Alright, we need to get the 8-ball, which we should be able to back in. Then we're in this mode of shooting the re-rack targets again. We'll shoot a loop while we're there. Our re-rack bonus is running out. Alright, we lock the ball. She has a flasher in her belly. Oh! Nice. I let the flipper down right when the ball came. This is a brutal ball return on this thing. It was crazy. I got tritus on my game from the packages. Yeah, that's one of those big inserts. That's like a 2.5-inch insert on there, I bet. I think the ones, the re-rack one and the special are like 1.5 inch. And that's got to be at least a 2-inch. I know someone was asking in the VPW Discord. Maybe it was there. Maybe it was somewhere else. Yeah. It was, yeah. I figured you might remember that. I just remember I pointed out that Silver Slugger has one. Has two, actually. Two of those giant, and there's like 4 lights in them. I don't know. It looks like there's 4 lights in this one, too. So the best way to avoid the ball going down the center drain when it comes out of the lock is to just hold that left flipper up. But you also have a good possibility of it doing like that one where it just goes right, makes a nice little loop and goes. Oh man. I can hit the K. Oh no, I missed it. Oh, it's just a little too slow. I almost got it. Hey, American Outlaw. So completing the pool letters in the lanes at the bottom and the top. is what increases the 8-ball value. You can see right now it's at 200,000 on the left. So right there, so spelling shoot pool to advance. So the PO at the top and then OL at the bottom. Oh, outlaid. It's the right hand multiplex. Yeah, that's a very target. A lot of old Gottliebs have them. VARI is how they spelled that. Variable target. So on this one, you got to push it all the way back, and it stays where it was until you do get it all the way back. Ah, stupid outlane. Yeah. So I have a couple of them. I have one in here and I have one in Buck Rogers. I think that's the only two that I have. Buck Rogers has a captive ball in front of it. And then I think there's some other ones that have a captive ball. And then you hit the captive ball and the captive ball pushes the target back. This one you push the target back directly. They're on a lot of old Gottliebs. They were pretty popular for quite a while in Gottlieb land, in the 70s mostly. So I don't know if it's worth more to go for these re-rack bonuses, or to try to shoot spinners during this time, because the spinner is lit for 20,000 while this is going on as well. Of course, now I missed the spinner, or I missed the re-rack, so I got nothing. You get nothing, and you'll like it. If you're ever playing this on location or something, that right orbit to advance, you got to hit it 4 times, maybe 5, to get extra ball. So you get 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. It's now lit for 200,000. If I shoot it now, I get 200,000. Of course, if I miss it, I get nothing. If I drain, I get nothing. All right, so there's 200,000. It's now lit for extra ball. So I should probably, try to get the ball under control. There we go, extra ball. It's a nice, easy way to advance your game. Or to keep your game going. Oh! Shot off the 8-ball. Does that a lot. Ripley's is a pain because it has drop hole to a subway at the back. Interesting. I think I've played Ripley's, but it's been a long time. I don't really remember. Get a spinner right at the end. Ah! Damn it! Poor play on my part. So there's what the skill shot does. you go over that and back without going through that top gate, and it knocks the 8-ball down for you. Then you can use your upper flipper to shoot it right into the lock. Right into multi-ball. Ah, damn it. Ping the net. Thanks for the raid. How you doing today? Oh, tilt. I can tilt this very easily, evidently. Raiders, welcome. Greetings. Doing very well? Nice. On stream. Iron Fox, how you doing? We're playing a little Bad Girls today. This is everybody's favorite John Norris table. Although I can't actually name more John Norris tables. Hey, Dr. Doobie. I am having a good day. It's always a good day. Any day you play pinball is a good day. Multi-ball, you should be shooting spinners. You can tell by how often I'm hitting them. Which I haven't hit one yet. There's a spinner ship. Lost multi-ball. Come on, give me the ball. No, out! Ah, boo! Well, new high score by a little bit today. All right. So we get our 8. Woo-wee, look at that. 8 spinner. That spinner shot is so awesome. I love that. Hey, way out west. It is a pin you don't see. Well, I see it every day because it's in my basement. Yeah, this is basically a reverse 8-ball deluxe with a bunch of other stuff added to it. Like John Norris is the designer of this, and he, on Buffalo Pinball's Facebook page, I think he just a few days ago, because they were talking about his new design game, I think the Merlin's Arcade by Turner Pinball is a John Norris design single level. Shares some things with this as well, more like an 8-ball, only it's got the balls back on this side. But yeah, so it was kind of cool. This was evidently operators requested remakes of Sinbad, Close Encounters, and 8-Ball Deluxe. And those became... shoot, see now I don't remember. Wasn't Arena, Excalibur, Bad Girls, something. Anyway, they kind of updated and redid the design. So this is an updated 8-Ball Deluxe, basically, which of course was a Bally, and this was put out by Gottlieb Premier, who owned Gottlieb at the time. Or was the same company. I don't know if Premier was a separate company before. Gottlieb had a few owners. The Columbia Pictures owned them for a while, or on the system one time. That's where the Charlie's Angels, Close Encounters, all those kind of guys came from, were during the Columbia Pictures era. Then they were Milestar for a while. And I don't know if that was still owned by Columbia Pictures or somebody else owned them, or I don't know who owned them at the time, but they only put out like 4 games under Milestar name, which was Alien Star's the most common of those, so to speak, or the one you see the most. And then after that, they came out with Premier. But like I say, I don't know if it was another company that bought them or what's that would be. Yeah. I don't understand. We upped our high score for the day, though. Not a ton. 451, 900. We're still in the 4s, but we're creeping our way up. The local dining random has 8-Ball Deluxe and Neo Geo. Nice. Oh, it's in horrible shape. Yeah. Alien Star CE remake. That would be nice. Would it be a complicated machine to remake? But I don't know. I'm sure people would want to upgrade the rules because the rules are pretty lacking. Some Norris styles are not so interesting because his philosophy in saving pinball was simple games for new crowd. Yeah. I don't know if that was all him though, or if that was Gottlieb Premier at the time when they came out with the whole street level games. It actually marketed as street level was their marketing slogan. Although now everybody applies that to a single playfield with no ramps. But technically it was the line of games that came out. Silver Slugger was one. Was Hot Shot one? I don't know. Anyway, there were several of them that came out. But that was after this time, but this game is pretty great. There's been several 8-balls. I have the original Bally 8-ball, the not Fonzie version, behind me. 8-Ball Deluxe, Bad Girls, 8-Ball Beyond, which was homebrew by Sean Irby that I've gotten to play a few times in the Northwest Pinball Show. Awesome fun. Hopefully it's ever there. Spinner in this one, yeah. The 2 spinner, the upper right spinner is, for as little as I actually hit it, is got to be one of my favorite shots in pinball. It's just awesome. I remember when the latest VPX version was, I don't remember who was working on it, but I made sure, I think it was after Haunt Freaks did the different artwork on it. Somebody else was working on it, but I made sure that shot worked correctly. And it doesn't always work correctly. And it took some tweaking on mine to get that to be able to shoot and then feed back to that flipper nice. But it's actually a fairly narrow shot. The very target is not, all 3 of these shots are not real wide. Neither is the 8-ball for that. None of these shots are very big. The pop bumpers are a big shot. Hoops, there you go. That was one. I'm sure somebody on a computer could look those up, but I know in that post that John put on Buffalo's Discord, he said something about there's like 3 different specials in here, and if you light all the specials for collecting them, you get some crazy bonus. Do I have a virtual cab? I have had 2 virtual cabs. I currently do not have one at all. I took my virtual cab apart to actually build a real pinball machine out of it. So I built my own cabinet, pinball machine, to be a virtual cabinet. And I have now disassembled and rebuilt it and making a homebrew pinball machine in it. So I kind of went backwards, where a lot of people, they pick up old pinball cabinets and make virtuals out of them. I did the opposite. I built the virtual. No, it was, I built the cabinet to fit the monitors that I was using at the time. So it was my own design cabinet. Although it turned out it's very close. I designed it as a wedge head, a Gottlieb wedge head, so it pretty much fit that, but I did make it a custom length to fit the playfield monitor exactly, as opposed to the wedge heads, which were much longer. But fortunately it worked out. So Alien Star is another one that it's got a real skinny head. It's got a real skinny neck and a real skinny head on it. And it actually turned out to be, the cabinet was the exact same size as the virtual I did, lengthwise. I had made my virtual a little bit wider at a 42-inch display in the playfield, and I had routed it into the sides so it filled the whole thing up. But it actually turned out to be perfect. I just had to narrow it up a little bit, and fits a standard size playfield on the time. Modern games are longer. But my homebrew is a 42-inch playfield. System 1 era. Based on that VPX table. Yeah, never heard of it doing backwards. Yeah, I'm weird that way. So I'm building that VPX. You probably weren't here when I was showing that earlier. I'll pop that up again real quick for a second. So there's where the homebrew version of that VPX table is currently at. Almost have the top side done. I have the plastics, they're just not on there at the moment, and then I need to still do all the wiring on it. But I'm hoping to have it at the Northwest Pinball and Arcade show coming up in about a month. So if anybody happens to be Seattle, Tacoma area, or Portland going up there, I hope to have that homebrew there and functional. I don't know if I'll have everything worked out yet. So yeah, I originally made that VPX, there was an earlier version of that VPX table that was a wedge head, and I built that to go with the virtual cabinet that I made, which was Star Wars style, and then updated that. And so now the virtual cabinet that I made the VPX table for, I'm making a real table out of the VPX table and going into the cabinet that was it's very confusing. It all makes sense to me. Oh man, that was rude. So yeah, not only is the cabinet going backwards, the homebrew machine that I'm going in is also started as the virtual that was to go with the cabinet. I'm a Star Wars fan as well as a Star Trek fan, which is where Borg in my name can come from, not from John Borg, the pinball designer. It's Star Trek. When I was a teenager in 77 or 78 or whenever it was that Star Wars came out, it was like, that was the greatest thing ever. All right, got it. All right, so it still thinks the 5. The 513, that drop target does not always sense when it's on. The new series Andor? I have not watched that yet. Yes, exactly. Resistance is futile. I haven't been exceedingly happy with most of what Disney has done with Star Wars. Oh, come on! Probably the best Star Wars content since Empire Strikes Back. Nice. I'm gonna have to check it out then. That's on, well, Disney Plus, of course, right? Which I don't have. I'm sure I can figure out how to watch it somewhere. There's been a couple, so like, I didn't mind Rogue One. I thought was okay. I don't know if I ever watched Solo. I got real tired of Mandalorian when it became all about the Baby Yoda thing. It's like, no. There it is again. See, now the 13 isn't there. What I need to do is get the ball in that saucer up top, and it'll actually spot me a ball. Whoa, that came back. Grown up Star Wars, more like a spy thriller. Cool. Alright, so now there it detected the knockdown of the 13. So re-rack is currently 815,000. Woo! Center post. Andor is the male lead in Rogue One. Oh, okay. That's cool. I'll definitely have to watch that then. They've 2 seasons of that so far? Or are they still working on season 2? Sometimes you just gotta trust the center post. Upper spinner is also really good for hitting that, or the upper flipper is good for hitting the upper spinner. So billiards was plays in the Star Wars and Star Trek universe where they use a laser. Exactly. Laser Q is another game I would like to have someday. Laser Q or Alien Poker. Both themes in both games, they're pretty similar, but boo. Lasers make everything better. Laser Q Topper. No, I don't think I have.
It's all part of a new program we like to call Deep Hurting.
Been in Denver. How you doing?
Deep Hurting.
I have enough room to add more now. I've sold 4 in the last 6 months or so. Doing tired? I have that happen a lot. I've noticed. I wish this would show you your scores faster. I haven't made it to the top. 3.1 for player 2. Not bad. And it's billiards themed. Exactly. Yeah, Laser Q is pretty cool. I like it. I play it whenever I see it. There's usually one at the show, at the Northwest show when I go there. Or at least there has been several times in the past. But I wouldn't mind having one. Or Alien Poker. Either one. Pretty similar. I have a couple billiards themed. I got this is billiard themed. I got pinball pool. Well, you can't see it. Can you see it if I go to the other view? What if I go to this view? Yeah, you can see pinball pool behind me. And then I also have 8-ball, the original 8-ball with not Fonzie on the wall. So I got 3 pool themed games. More would be all right. I like billiards as well. I also used to have an EM mini pool game that Chicago Coin put out in 1953. I actually sold that recently as well. Spent 2 days in the rec room reworking a shelving unit to add a partition back in and get... Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work, Lynn. I'm just spending my time out in the shop working on my homebrew pinball, which takes a lot of parts and patience and time. I'm getting everything done before wiring. Wiring is going to be quite a task. Oh, the lights are actually wired. I don't know if I could show that or not. Let me see. Hang on just a second. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can show something. How do you do the programming, display, sound, etc.? It's all Mission Pinball Framework is what I'm using. There's a couple different ones. There's Skeleton Game, which has been out quite a while and was do the pretty early ones. We're done in that. It's all Python based. Mission Pinball Framework is kind of actually built on top of that, but it's all YAML file based. A little more user-friendly for people that aren't programmers, but it's got Python in the back. Yeah, there's 2 different frameworks that I could use, Mission Pinball Framework and Skeleton Game. I'm using Mission Pinball Framework because it's more user-friendly for people like myself. All right, where'd that other one go? All right, I don't know where it went. I'm missing things. I can't find what I'm looking for. All right, so that doesn't let me do... It just lets me do images. How do I add... I want media source. Let's do that. Go to Files. There it is. All right, there is my the playfield I was showing the picture of, and there's the back glass. That's my homebrew. That was just after I got the lights running. That's just running in attract mode at the moment. So you can see I've added a lot of stuff to the playfield since then. Back glass is running through the missions, rescue Leia, and it lights up Leia. Escape the Death Star. Deliver the plans. Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Doobie. Get to... yeah, and then there's what the playfield looks like at the moment. A little more stuff on it. Oh yeah, it's a crazy rabbit hole way out west. It's there's a whole groups of people. There's a whole category on Pinside if you ever go out there. There you go, Grammy, missionpinball.org is pretty neat. So it's a lot of fun. Hundreds of hours of work. Yeah, and it's not exactly inexpensive. I guess it all depends on what you're making and things like that. There's a guy making a Harry Potter homebrew that's just insane. It is just crazy. And I'm sure he's got way more money in it than buying a new pinball machine would be worth or would cost. Flux wrote an interpreter. Yeah, I've been looking at that, and it's a little above my head. It looks to be mostly you got to kind of basically program it in Python and stuff, but it's pretty awesome. Use parts from real pinball machines for Popswood. Yeah. So that's where I was doing. You probably weren't here for. I did an unbox, what's in the box episode with a bunch of pinball parts. Most of mine, because my machine is designed to be like a Gottlieb System 1 era. Mine are mostly old parts. They're Gottliebs from that era, and I have a whole collection of them. You can get a lot of old parts on eBay, or you can go to, there's several places. So Pinball Life, Marco Specialties, and the Pinball Resource are the main three that I buy from. Planetary Pinball is another one that has a lot of them. Planetary Pinball is where all the Williams stuff mostly comes from. Most of my parts that I've bought new have come from either Pinball Life or Marco Specialties. Been coding Python since '97. VB script is dreadful. So you probably do the Flux thing. I've been doing basic programming since 1977. I'd have to guess, maybe 78, 77, 78. But there was a whole time frame in there. So I got a computer science degree in 1986. Well, 85. 85, I finished the computer science degree. But then I also did a geology degree, and I became a geologist, and blah, blah, blah. I went a whole different direction. So at one point, I was going to be a computer programmer, and then spent 30 years doing other things and all of that kind of stuff. I'm making my own sound effects and music. I'm actually not on this one having any sound effect and music. So I'm having a set of chimes from a pinball machine, knocker, and I have a bell, a big 5-inch bell in there as well. So it's going to be old school. So there's a lot of machines. So like Bally 8-Ball that's behind me, Joker Poker that I played Monday are early solid state. So they have computer chips, electronic code, programming, and displays. But they still have the chimes from like EM. Yes, definitely keeping it old school. And it actually makes things a lot simpler. Want to rework your doorbell with pinball chimes? Nice. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. There's people making reproduction chimes. You can buy them. They're like $250 to buy them, I think, or something like that. But they're out there. I managed to pick up a couple. So when I was building my virtual cabinet in 2015, stuff was still a lot less expensive. So I actually got a couple of Gottlieb chime units for like $40 a piece. Whereas now, if you can actually find one on eBay, they want well over $100 for them, but still not bad. So yeah, I have a set of those in there. So it keeps it a lot simpler not having to do sound effects and music, although I am working on other ones that I will be doing that. So I also have a multimorphic P3 machine, which I want to build my own module for. Use a full glockenspiel. That would be totally nuts. And yeah, there you go. I think that's on my brain right. So yeah, see, here's player 1 is stripes. I think it just randomly, I don't know if it alternates or somehow randomly picks which one you're going to start with. But yeah, coding is a big part of building the pinball machine, even fairly basic ones. But yeah, there are a couple frameworks out there. There are people doing their own custom thing as well. I know of a couple of people that have used Arduinos and just done their own coding to make their pinball machines. All right, I need to get the 8-ball. I missed the 8-ball. 8-ball. What? I got rejected. Did you see that? The 8-ball rejected me. 8-ball said nope. I thought that was awfully mean to that 8-ball. All right, let's try it on a backhand if I can get this ball under control. Then I missed it. I missed it again. I keep missing it. Not gonna get very far. There it is. All right, lock the ball. Going full on in. I think there could be a market for that, I would think. Uh-oh. I lost a, it's sitting right here. I don't know if you can see it, or if you saw it bouncing around. I have on the posts on here, I just have the rubber squeeze on, and one of them was bouncing around. Well, there it is. It came off of that plastic right there. Gottlieb had those horrid pal nut things. At the time, they basically make their own threads. So their posts were just unthreaded, and you kind of screw the thing on and it cuts its own threads in. And I really don't like them. They're a pain in the butt. Generally, I put on, I'll either replace all the posts and put ones with screws on the top, or I'll go with these guys, which are a rubber post cap. Nice thing about these too is that they have a little bit of flexibility in them, so that when the ball hits the plastic, it gives it some flex so it doesn't. Sure, getting a couple good spinner rips in while they're not lit, because that's how I roll. Sling to outlane. Jackpot's up to 5 million. So there's a jackpot that adds value every time you drain. And what happens is, like, every 40 switch hits, it'll start this jackpot counter, and you have to hit the pops like 8 times without hitting any other switch. So basically get the ball in the pops and have it bounce around. And then you collect that, whatever that jackpot has built up. Is not what I wanted to do there. Let's see if we can get that. Dang, I'm having a hard time hitting that 8-ball. Too much flailing and missing my targets and all that good stuff. I'll try to point it out when it does that again. Looks like I'm stuck on the 8-ball on both players. Evidently, I've been streaming long enough that I've lost the ability to hit anything. All right, there's the 8. Now we're in the re-rack mode, which spinner's worth 20,000. Re-rack is worth some millions that I just got. Now would be the time to hit the spinner. There we go. Got some spins on both of them. Oh, player 2's making a comeback. Oh no, and he drains. Did he make it? Is he get bonus gonna get him there? Oh no, just short. Close game. Dang. That was close. Bonus doesn't seem to count a ton on this, especially if you don't get your bonus multiplier, which I generally don't shoot for the multiplier. So yeah, there's 3 specials. There's a special there. There's a special here by getting so many re-racks. And then there's that special by hitting the target so many times. Something like that. I think those are the 3. Oh, there's a special on that too. There's a special, and a three specials. John Norris said if you can qualify all 3 of them before collecting them and then collect, you get some crazy points. I've never even come close to that, but we're at the time of the day. We're going to play one more game. We'll go ahead and make it a 2-player. Go ahead and make it a 2-player. Come on. There we go. It didn't want to make it a 2-player. Well, that's not the skill shot. Start off with multi-ball. Shoot targets. And the spinners. Well, that was rude. The one just drained right away. Got one spinner rip out of it. Doesn't seem to have been hugely lucrative. Oh, didn't quite get up there. Oh no! I flipped poorly. Oh, that was a bad bounce. Definitely playing poorly here at the end of the day. 2 hours of pinball straight's a lot of pinball. Even though we did some good talking though. Played some what's in the box. All right, right back in there. Start a multi-ball. A lot of these left to get. And you get the extra super drainage. So much drainage. Did I pulse pass on this? Probably can. Oh shit! that was a bad. So that deluxe jackpot. There was a skill shot. I did the thing. Ah, boo. Oh, come on. That was horrible. All right, player 2, last ball. Then I got to clean up my mess from opening the package. I can't end like that. Let me play one more. We're just gonna do a single player. This is it, last game. Try to do some stuff. No! Sling drain. I got the re-rack bonus, but then I drained. So if you hit all the targets behind the drop targets in the allotted time, usually I try to start multi-ball on that. Hey, Wild Dog, how you doing? We're gonna get you a shout out. I got a button for that. I think I got a button for that. My shout out button doesn't work. We'll do that. We'll do it the other way. Starting to feel better? Well, that's good. Look forward to seeing you guys streaming again soon. tonight? Nice. We'll pop this up here quick. There's what I've been working on. That's my homebrew. The Ed and Mostly Silent Gary Show. It's current state as of today. Populating my play field. If I can turn this guy on. There's my attract light show that I got running the other day. There's the back glass. But you'll never guess what it's themed on, but you know. I look forward to seeing you guys homebrew as well. Someday, whenever that classic comics is exactly, I have them framed up on the wall where the machine's going to go in my other game room. I have the comics hanging on the wall. So that's all from the Marvel 78 comics. Gary has to get back into it. Well, he had to write a book first, so it's probably not how I would generally recommend just starting a homebrew, is writing a novel first. But hey, stupid Halloween. All right, but I think we can actually end on that one. So you came in right at the end here. I assume I'm talking to Ed here. But, Sam, how's Bad Girls? I like this machine. This is a fun machine. Who do we got streaming Pinball at the moment? We got Jaws with Jimmy and Escher. How come I have all this weird stuff? I hit the raid button. It's not a lot of people. We'll send you over to Netherworld Arcade again. Toot 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 beep beep. Hey, thanks for stopping by, everybody. This is always more fun when more Bad Girls. If I could find somebody else that was streaming Bad Girls to play, the only other ones, I know somebody streamed it in a tournament a while back. But I know Buffalo Pinball occasionally streams one. We'll send you over to Netherworld. And thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks for all the chats. It's fun. Oh, it's Gary, actually. So you went third person on your word and you said Gary has to get back into it. It was Gary's speed. That's what made me think it was Ed. But then the earlier one made me think I'm so confused, Gary. I look forward to more of the book too. Kind of left it at a cliffhanger there. But thanks again, everybody, and we will see you next time.